Well, hello there. Welcome to an anime video. But I have a naked face, which means, wow, we're gonna do some kind of makeup thing. Wow, 2 kinds of videos. Woo! So today, I went to Little Tokyo down in downtown LA, and I got a lot of Japanese beauty products because they have really cool packaging and I'm a sucker for trying new things. I felt though that was not really enough for a video, and I felt a little bit like I needed something to spice it up, make it feel more like something I want to do. So we're going to play a game while I test out these beauty products. We're going to play real anime versus fake anime, and to do that I asked for some help from my off-screen compatriot.
Hello.
Guy who just ate a bunch of helium. Casey was kind enough to come up with some anime descriptions that are real or fake, and while I get ready, I will have to guess what kind of anime it is.
I must say, I'm really proud of the fake ones.
Yeah, Casey was bragging that he made up some really great descriptions.
10 out of 10 would watch.
There you have it. You have free reign to take some of these ideas, I guess.
No, don't take them.
Are you gonna make them?
Yes.
There you have it. Please wait for 2025 where Casey comes out with his first anime. Let me show you all the things I bought so we can get rid of the really noisy plastic bag. So the reason I really want to do the real and fake anime is because if you look at these packages, which is hard because of the light, they have little anime people on them. If I can look like an anime character, aren't I gonna try to look like an anime character? I mean, really. We have all different kinds of beauty products. I got a crap ton of stuff, and we'll see how they work. Some of them come in little packages, and I've not seen things like concealer come in a little baggie. But I also brought scissors because I'm not going to cut my hand on any more plastic than I already have. While I get all these set up, why don't we start with our first kind of anime? Is it real or is it not real?
Alright, you ready for the first one?
Sure.
Since you just said that, that you were ready?
I mean, that might have been a lead-in. You never know. Wow.
A young boy with a terrible disease wishes into a wishing well, where a frog accidentally swallows the coin and decides to grant the boy his wish. Together they go on adventures to try and help other unfortunate people grant their wishes.
So there's a boy with a disease. Does the magic frog make him not sick, or does he still stay sick?
I assume so. It doesn't say.
Okay.
I assume if they're gonna go on adventures together, he's going to help him with his disease and cure him of it.
I would really hope that if you got a magic frog to help you do anything, that you would have him cure your disease before anything else.
I mean, does it get cured if is he allowed to say if you tell people what your wish is, it won't come true? Does that count with magic frogs? Before I guess, is that why Genie's wishes always go so wrong? Because you tell somebody what your wish is? Could be. And thus, it's just destined to be poor and go horribly, horribly, horribly wrong unless you're Aladdin? Could be. Alright. We have all of our makeup products out and ready to be tested. Real or fake? Real? Wrong. Oh God! Fake. This did you come up with that one? I did. I came up with all of these. Well, this bodes well, doesn't it? It means I'm gonna do great at this game. It reminded me of like if someone took The Princess and the Frog and redid it to be a different kind of episode. We might try like 1 question per beauty product. So this one it's called, I apologize for my pronunciation of anything, Sahada Kinebi. It's fake nude cream, because you never want to be actually nude, you only want to be fake nude. I'm assuming that this means it's a kind of foundation color. It has a very light color. Let's see. Okay, Casey, give me my next thing. Alright. A mutant species of humans escapes from a facility
dang.
after slaughtering the staff, but is injured in the process, creating a childish other personality. She is found and taken in by 2 young boys.
Sorry, I was distracted by the fact that all this did was make my face pink. And shiny.
Fake nude.
It made it pink and shiny. Can you read that to me one more time?
A mutant species of human escapes from a facility after slaughtering the staff, but is injured in the process, creating a childish other personality. She is found and taken in by 2 young boys.
Well, we've proven with the first one that Casey's already really good at making up stuff. Generally, I've not seen you go demon, but I can't say that would be the correct for everything.
You have a 50-50 shot.
I do, which apparently is not that great. See, the sad thing is when we do our podcast, I usually win. Real.
It is real.
Yeah! I don't know this one. What is it?
It's Elfin Lied, I believe.
Oh,
it's called.
no, I do know that one. I don't think I knew what the premise was, but back when I would buy... So, I've been out of the anime game for a while, which is kind of why I want to do this, because I'm trying to get back into all the animes. I'm happy to take recommendations that you have that you think I should watch. Elfin Lied was one I would see the DVD cover of a lot.
Yeah, I saw the first 2 or 3 episodes. It's real violent in the beginning, real violent, and then gets super cutesy, and you're like, what is this anime?
It's an anime because I can tell you so many that do that. So we're gonna try the concealer. This is Magic Concealer, and if you can see this face, it really does look like they gave her brand new skin.
I can't see it. It's concealed.
Oh. And it's in pink beige, because if you can't tell by looking at me, I know I tend to look just plain transparent. I'm very pink, and now even more pink because my fake nudes. And I'm really hoping that this concealer works because I'm out of concealer in general, and this foundation thing that I found did not foundation. So we'll see.
Well, you know what they say, if you lay a strong enough foundation.
Yes. Would you like to tell the
Hamilton!
class? This is not a... Is this fake Hamilton or real Hamilton? I would pass that. This is a fake anime or real anime. Give me an anime. Ooh, this... I don't know what it is. And I don't know if it's because there are different undertones of skin. But man, when they say pink, they really mean this is making me very pink. Okay, go ahead.
Speaking of pink, a young girl discovers she is part fairy and attends a school for practicing her powers, and also where she learns she is not only one of the last remaining fairies, but a rare half-breed.
1, can this be my life story? 2, sounds like a book I've read. See, the thing about it is, this is my kind of anime. I'm very much into the magical girl realm of stuff. If that wasn't obvious by anything that I put online.
No.
See, it could really be fake, and Casey's trying to play with the fact that I really like. I'll go with, is it real?
Fake.
I knew it! I will take this with saying I wanted it to be real. I said real with hopes that I would manifest it into the universe.
Ah, yes. The industry of lies.
That's not an industry of lies. That's what I was hoping. Because if there was going to be an anime I was going to watch, it would be a magical
Meaning that disembodied voices have lied to you.
Wouldn't be the first time. It's not bad, this concealer. Like, it's concealing. I use it more as a foundation. But, oh, it's by Calypso. There you go. It's by Calypso. The problem I'm having with all of these skin tones is that they are very, very, very pink. Man, I look like I spent a nice day in the sun. We need to pause, because I didn't do the one thing I was supposed to do, which was bring my brush. And now I have a brush, and we can move on to face powder. I originally was like, this is really cute, wow. And now I realized it's by the same people who did the fake nude cream that did not work. Oh wait, I didn't even have to go get a brush. It comes with the powder puff. Powder puff. This actually looks fairly promising. It's not quite as pink as the rest of it. I'll try with the powder puff first to see if the powder puff actually works. And it's so classic-y makeup.
I was a powder puff cheerleader.
I did not do sports. Hit me with another one, Casey. I'm doing great.
But first, I wanted to say...
a word from our sponsors.
Yes.
There are none.
The end. I know that school-type animes are very popular. There's a lot of those, so I was like, I need to do a school one. That's a misleading one. And then the only thing I could think of was a fairy, and so I just went with it.
It reminds me a lot of, and you've never read it, so I don't think you would have come up with it, but it reminds me a lot of one of my favorite book series with the whole fairy, half fae kind of thing. I read a lot of books with fae. Oh, this is not my color at all.
I wanted the fairy version of I'm a what?
You're a lizard, Harry.
Speaking of lizards, after accidentally breaking a cat statue, the character is cursed to turn into a cat unless he can do 100 good deeds for the species, but he is allergic.
For the species of cats or just 100 good deeds?
For the species of cats. But he's also allergic.
Fake?
Wrong! It's real!
Is it The Cat Returns?
It's called Neon Koi.
Okay, this dates me completely, but did you ever watch 100 Good Deeds for Eddie McDowd?
No.
It was a show about a boy who did bad stuff and got turned into a dog until he did 100 good deeds.
See, now we're getting into the game of which came first, the chicken or the anime.
See, you have a cat and you do a lot of cat-related things, so I wondered if it was just going to be you thinking on me thinking, oh, Casey has a cat. But we've also learned I'm really bad at this game. But
and I'll take it.
Yep, this game...
You win most things.
Yes, that's true. I'm gonna tell you, this looks like when you first get makeup from like the drugstore when you're really young. Though I don't know what the kids do nowadays with their Sephoras and their YouTube beauty gurus that tell them everything they need to know right away. This looks like I bought completely the wrong color of everything, but this was the lightest color they had of everything, and it's too dark. Hit me with another thing while I try this, which I actually have hope for. It is a pencil eyeliner, eyeshadow color, and a liquid liner all in one. Wow. So there was a color set that I liked a lot better when I went there that had like this orange shadow, which I am a very big fan of red shadows, orange shadows, all that kind of fall colored shadows, but it only had a brown liner and I'm not about that life. It also had green and I was like, I could be a camo, but instead I went with the champagne color. Do I have the thing still somewhere? Yeah, it came in this. It's a 3-in-1 with black eyeliner, mocha pink shadow powder, and a gel pencil in dark brown, which I could also use for my eyebrows. Or I can use the mascara like I always do. Alright, let's eyeshadow it up, baby.
Alright. A character moves to a small island where he meets a bizarre young man who thinks he is an alien.
So he just moved to like the Florida Keys?
Pretty much.
Alien on an island. So the boy moves there and he wants to know, or he meets a kid who thinks he's an alien?
Yes. I also remember he befriends a fisherman.
Oh, so you're adding to the story. That's suspicious. Also, this might be the best thing that I've gotten out of this whole thing. Because it actually works for me. I'm gonna say it's fake.
No, it's real.
Why?
Suritama.
Suritama?
Yeah, so whenever I've said a character, I just call it a character so I don't give them a name.
Well, how do I know that?
No, I'm just saying I don't, if the description gives me a name, I will not state the name.
I mean, good for you. That's what you should do. So the eyeshadow is good. The application is really weird because it's a spongy tip pencil and it's questionable about when it wants to apply stuff, but the actual color is nice and it's a little sparkly and and I think that's probably the biggest win of this whole haul so far. So thank you, Jormo. Also, all of these things said made in Japan, just so you know. So I tried to make sure I got authentic beauty products from the overseas. Hit me with your best shot, Mr. Casey.
Stuffed animals come to life while a girl is at calligraphy school. Little does she know that the stuffed animals come to life because of the projects she brings home, as they allow trickster demons to possess the stuffed toys.
Fake.
Yeah.
See, that one was really easy because 1, Casey just talked about calligraphy today. 2, Casey also just talked about trickster demons today. So you used trigger words so that I knew that it was you.
Hashtag triggered.
No, hashtag triggered. Then I get like, well, I can't get demonetized because I'm not monetized. Alright, so I'm gonna see what this gel liner does, but it's, I think I'm gonna end up using the gel liner for my eyebrows despite the fact that it's not the right color, and I'm gonna use this, ooh, look, it's a pen. It's like a brush pen. Those have not done well for me in the past, but we shall try. Are you ready, Casey?
Yes.
Alright, hit me with another, is it real or is it fake? Ooh.
It's a parody in space where the main characters must contend with deathly serious issues like having the breading on their fried food slide off in 0 gravity.
What? I'm gonna call that a real anime.
Yay!
Yay! I was like, Casey would not.
Space Battleship Tiramisu.
Oh my god, really?
Yep.
I want to see this one right now. So I'm having to not judge it by whether or not I've heard of the anime because other than like the one, I have not heard of any of these. And that one sounds amazing.
I know. I was like, I need this. This is just shameless plugging to see this anime.
This is Casey's list of animes to watch. It's not anything else. Casey would not call it fried foods. You would pick a food.
See, now I just feel like it's just judging me and how I create things.
But I know you better than I know animes.
I feel like this test is about something else.
No, this test was about playing real or fake anime while I try Japanese beauty products.
And trying to exploit the system.
It's not exploiting the system if you're still playing the game by the rules that were set. Thank you very much. While I continue to perfect this eyeliner, would you like to give me another is it real or is it fake anime?
A group of teenagers living on the moon discover the secrets behind their isolated space colony.
That definitely sounds like a thing. But is it an anime? It sounds like this anime that I've actually seen. So I'm curious if it's that one or if it's something you made up and got very close to an actual anime that I've watched. I'm gonna say it's real.
Yes.
What's it called?
Freedom.
Freedom. Not to be confused with Free, the anime about naked swimmers. Hit me with another one.
Alright. A group of teenagers that all suffered tragic accidents undergo open-heart surgery to mold with mechs in order to survive. They fight crime in space.
That's hardcore. It's also very Pacific Rim.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Did you think that, or did you think that?
Oh.
Ooh. Is it fake?
It is fake.
Yeah! I was like, it's so specific and so much like other things that I've heard. And I don't mean that in like a I predict Casey came up with this because of a conversation we had 3 weeks ago. I just mean I feel like I know a lot of mech anime, and that's not one I've ever heard of. And I went through a phase.
You also did not hear Space Battleship Tiramisu.
No, but that makes sense. This is the wrong color for my eyebrow. Hit me with your best anime.
A cat and dog with personalities of the opposite species have their purpose revealed to them, which is to create peace between their species. They are each allowed the ability to communicate with one human, so they choose their respective owners.
Fake.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the story of Arwen and Boris. Now I just have very, very dark defined eyebrows. Gonna go on to these, which I thought were really cool. They're paper, but they're blush. So, blush and another anime question.
A boy befriends a prince and loses lots of weight to be considered a candidate for his personal bodyguard.
Let's go with real?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood.
Who loses weight?
Prompto.
Oh.
Prompto is chubby.
Well, my cheeks just went from slightly pink to neon. Alright, I'm gonna take a little bit of this blush and put it on my eyes. Just maybe kind of bring in the fact that I just made my cheeks so, like, doll pink. Which might be the only thing you can actually see on this monitor. Ooh, now I look like it's Valentine's Day. Hit me with your next one.
A brother and sister learn that they can see the outlines of ghosts and communicate with them, but only when it rains. They try to help them to release their spirits or recruit their help to fight the evil ones.
Only when it rains? Real.
Wrong.
Yeah, I figured that. Also, let me talk about this, because this was like half the reason I decided I want to do this. This was called Heroin Make Volume Control Mascara. But it comes in this wand, and you turn this little crown at the bottom to do either full lashes or half lashes or something. But I don't understand how that works because the wand is on this side. The turny thing is over here. I feel like it's a lie. So I'm going to try it with the natural lashes, and then we'll try it with full volume and see if there's any kind of difference. Hit me with your animes.
A high school boy winds up in the past and ends up switching places with a sickly lord.
Fake.
Real. Nobunaga Concerto.
Oh, I've heard of that one. This mascara is very, very nice. And let's see if I turn up the thing, we actually get a different result. That's why I think it was expensive, and that's why I think it's a lie. Hit me with your next one, Casey.
A samurai returns from war, only to find that his lord has released a curse on most of the population, turning them into undead that can only be defeated by cutting off one of their limbs that are glowing.
Real?
No.
No?
It's fake.
It's fake?
It's
but it
fake.
sounds so cool. It sounds like a sci-fi version of Rurouni Kenshin. Look, I have eyeballs. I have lipstick left. This one is pretty. Look, it looks like it's a princess thing. This is by Rose of Heaven Fortune in number 01 by Kosei Cosmetics. It's called Rose of Heaven.
In a world.
God.
In a post-apocalyptic...
What?
In a post-apocalyptic future where the world is dying.
It smells so much like perfume. I'm being overloaded with the smell of roses.
In a post-apocalyptic world, the world is dying. According to an old legend, the end of the world will open the gates to paradise, but the only ones who can find the gates to paradise are wolves.
Oh, no, that's real.
Yes.
I know this one.
That's the one I figured you would know, because it
Yeah.
sounds very much like something you would be interested in watching.
It was also on Cartoon Network for a while. I also got this stuff, which I will say is I partially got because I hope it works. It's a gel coat for your lips so that the lipstick color doesn't come off.
A boy travels to the past to prevent his ancestor from being killed, but he can only travel for 24 hours at a time through a chest passed down through generations.
I'm afraid to put this on my lips. It looks like glue, like super glue. I'm gonna say it's real.
It is fake.
See, I thought... Here's my reasoning. I thought you were smarter than to develop a time paradox. We only have a couple more, Casey. Let's try to do a rapid fire round while this dries.
All right. The next one is a sort of police force in space. The two main characters go on various missions dealing with a variety of mysteries.
Real.
Yes.
What's
It's
it
called Kitty Grade.
Cool, I got that one right. Yay. Okay, next. How many do we have left? 3? Cool. Let's see if I can help my score at all.
Rival families that own ramen shops have their feuds reach a boiling point when they begin fighting, using their ramen and other food-related powers and weapons.
Real.
No.
I want it to be real so bad.
I know.
I want ramen.
I just imagined someone with a whip made of ramen and just like...
Yes!
Like Castlevania style, just like whoosh, wrapping someone up, and then someone using like a egg shield, like a boiled egg shield.
Oh my god. It would be like if Frybo and the pizza guy had superpowers. Next.
A man is falsely accused of murder and after escaping prison assumes a new identity to get revenge on those who wronged him.
But that's so many things. Real.
Yes.
But which one?
Gankutsu, or The Count of Monte Cristo.
Is it really?
Yes.
There's an anime of the Count of Monte Cristo.
It's a sci-fi version of Count of Monte Cristo, which I have seen the whole thing, and I think it was the first one to use the thing where the patterns don't move even when the characters do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the big battle at the end is like in mechs.
Of course it is. Alright, last one. Last one in this round of real versus fake anime. Hit me.
A detective tries to find a serial killer whose soul transports to the nearest living body after killing someone.
Real.
No.
I didn't think so, but I wanted it to be because it sounds really fun. Alright, so this is what all of this Japanese beauty products look like when you do it all together. Looks mostly the same except for the fact that I can fully tell that my face color is wrong. I look a bit like I'm wearing a mask, and you can see it in the monitor a little bit, but not as much as in real life, that this color and this color are not the same. I think overall, I like the lip product. I like the mascara is probably the best thing. The blush is really cool. And the face powder, if it wasn't for the fact that it's the wrong color, despite being the lighter shade they had that was pink, I think it would be a good face powder. The concealer is good if it was the right color. And I'm really hoping that this lip gel magic works, so let's see. I mean, I can see, I don't know if you can, but I can see a sheen of pink and greasy. So, unfortunately, I don't think Lip Gel Magic by Kose, who also made the lip product, is really working. I say, while I may have not passed this real versus fake anime, I have added a few to my list, and I think that the makeup passed just as well as I did. Of all of the stuff that I used, 4 are stuff I would probably use again. I would use this and this again if it was the right color. Though, I would try it again without the fake nudes underneath and see how it works.
Are you saying the fake news was fake?
The fake nudes was fake news. And now I get to go try to take my makeup off with some Mickey Mouse face wipes. Hooray! Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to watch any other videos, I'm sure they're somewhere here on the screen, and I will see you next time. Bye!